Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're looking at something that honestly challenges a belief many of us hold really deeply.
It's about connection, about love, really.
Right. Specifically, this idea that loving someone means, well, doing things,
Oh.
fixing things, holding on tight.
Yeah, that classic equation.
Mhm.
Care equals action. We're digging into sources today that argue maybe true care, the deeper kind, sometimes looks like the opposite. It looks like restraint.
Like a quiet discipline, as one source puts it. Not inaction exactly, but a very active kind of stillness.
And that's the tricky part, isn't it? It leads us to ask, when is our urge to jump in and help, actually, about the other person? And when is it maybe more about our own discomfort, our own anxiety?
How do we learn to trust that maybe life or experience is teaching a lesson we shouldn't interrupt? That's what we want to unpack.
It's a profound shift.
Okay, let's dive into that shift. Section 1, moving from this feeling of needing constant effort to finding steadiness.
Well, we all know that default mode, right? Someone struggles, we care, so we act, we offer advice, solutions, we try to, smooth the path.
It feels like the loving thing to do.
It absolutely does. But the sources we looked at kept circling back to this point. When you first try to practice not jumping in, when you try restraint, it feels wrong,
Yeah,
genuinely.
like you're neglecting them somehow.
Exactly. Or being cold. And that's why this isn't easier. It's actually harder in many ways.
Harder how?
It takes more internal strength, more courage maybe, to just stay open and steady with someone in their difficulty, rather than rushing in to try and manage it for them.
Okay, so allowing them to be isn't passive. It's not detachment.
Not at all. There's this beautiful metaphor in the material describing it as the still flame that steadies the dark.
Oh, I like that. A still flame.
Yeah. Think about it. It doesn't flicker wildly trying to banish all the shadows. It just holds its ground. Provides steady light. It requires courage, clarity, trust.
So it's an internal action, stabilizing yourself so you can be a stable presence rather than trying to fix their external problem.
You've had it. Present. Engaged, definitely. But not entangled in managing their path. You're holding space.
And why does this distinction matter so much for you listening?
Well, practically. It's the difference between burning yourself out, constantly carrying other people's stuff.
Which is exhausting.
Totally exhausting. Versus sustaining connection through presence, which can actually be replenishing. It changes the whole energy of a relationship, from obligation to liberation almost.
Okay, but this leads us to the really tough part. Identifying that urge to help. Section 2. When helping accidentally becomes holding.
Yeah, this is where it gets subtle. It's so easy to confuse genuine compassion with this almost physical need to correct things, to relieve the tension, repair what's broken.
That urge feels so real, so immediate.
It does. But the insight here, the really crucial bit, is to gently look underneath that urge. What's really driving it?
And the answer is often uncomfortable.
Often, yeah. It's frequently our own fear wearing a disguise. Fear of watching someone struggle. Fear of feeling powerless because we can't just make it better.
And trying to fix it makes us feel better. It reduces our anxiety, even if it's not what they need.
Precisely. And the sources are clear. This doesn't make us bad people. It just makes us human. We hate feeling helpless when people we love hurt.
So being aware of that motivation is key. What does it look like to care cleanly, as the sources say, without that fear mixed in?
Caring cleanly. It means sometimes the kindest, most loving thing is simply to stand still, to trust the process they're in, to trust them. The focus shifts from engineering an outcome to just offering clean, steady presence.
There's that analogy, too, about light.
Yes. The light that burns versus the light that warms. Anxiety-driven helping often feels like burning intense, maybe even intrusive, and it burns out the helper.
And can create resentment if they don't follow the help.
Exactly. Because it's tied to controlling the outcome. But awareness-guided presence, that's the light that warms. It's steady, sustainable, and kind. Its success isn't measured by whether the problem gets solved your way.
Just by the quality of your presence?
That's the goal.
And this isn't some totally new idea, is it? There are deeper philosophical roots here.
Absolutely. Section 3 looks at that. Several wisdom traditions, particularly Buddhism, emphasize that true love, real compassion, has freedom at its core.
Freedom. How so?
When our affection, our care, starts to feel like needing something back or controlling the other person or grasping, it's described as shifting from compassion into bondage. It's no longer freeing for either person.
So love shouldn't feel like a trap, essentially.
Right. And there's a specific concept for this active, steady presence, upekkha, equanimity.
Okay, equanimity. That word can sound a bit cold. Like indifference.
That's a common misunderstanding, and it's so important to get this right. Upekar isn't detachment in a cold way. It's not checking out. It's staying fully present, heart open, deeply engaged, but without getting swept away by the need to fix or control.
Engaged, but not entangled. I think one source used that phrase.
Yes, that's it, exactly. You're with them in their experience, feeling it maybe, but you're not taking ownership of their feelings or their choices. You're holding your own center.
Which requires, as you said, real strength.
Enormous strength. Trusting they can navigate it, trusting the struggle itself might be necessary for their growth.
Okay, so that's the philosophy. But how does this translate? You know, the messy reality of daily life. Loving people in traffic, in conflict, in long relationships, as the material says. That's the real test.
That's where the rubber meets the road. It's practiced in the small moments, the tiny pauses.
Like what? Give us some examples.
Okay, think about when your partner is doing something and you just know it's not going to work out the way they think. You've been there. That split second before you jump in to correct them.
That urge to say, don't do it that way.
Right. Or a friend is venting, clearly just needing to unload, and you take that breath before launching into advice mode.
Or maybe biting your tongue instead of saying, I told you so.
Oof, yes.
Yeah.
That's a big one. Each of those pauses, those moments of choosing restraint over reaction, that's the practice. That's building the muscle.
The silence is the path.
It really is. It builds capacity, trust, freedom, little by little.
Which brings us nicely to section 4, the dignity of allowing. What message are we sending when we manage to step back like this?
We're sending a powerful message. We're saying, I see you not as a problem to be solved or a project I need to manage.
As an equal.
Exactly. As someone whole, unfinished, luminous in their own becoming. That's a direct quote, and it's beautiful. We're honoring their agency, their path, their timeline.
And how does that feel for the person on the receiving end, to be trusted like that?
The sources call it medicine. Just think about it, the relief of being fully seen, struggles and all, without feeling constantly managed or judged or needing to be fixed.
It creates safety, I imagine, safety to be imperfect.
Huge safety. And it's described as this reciprocal miracle because in allowing them their journey, we free ourselves too.
How so?
The one struggling is freed to be. The one loving is freed to breathe. That constant exhausting carrying we talked about. It transforms into rest, into presence.
Okay, this sounds wonderful, but we absolutely have to address the boundary. This isn't about passive acceptance of anything and everything, right? When must we step in?
Critically important point. Yes, those sources are emphatic.
Yeah.
This principle of allowing does not apply when someone is in genuine danger.
Physical danger.
Physical, psychological, legal danger. Or if they're in an immediate self-destructive crisis where they genuinely cannot help themselves, then love absolutely must act. Intervention becoming necessary.
So it's not about letting someone walk off a cliff.
No, definitely not. Wisdom here lies in learning to tell the difference. Is this a genuine crisis requiring intervention, or is this one of life's slow, necessary teachings that shape resilience and depth?
Most situations probably fall into that second category, the messy learning process.
Way more often than we think. Those situations hurt. They're uncomfortable to watch, but they are forging strength. Our premature intervention, trying to save them from the discomfort, can actually rob them of that essential growth.
That discernment.
Yeah.
That's the skill we're aiming for, and it takes practice. Which leads us to section 5, how do we actually build this muscle? What are the actionable steps?
Right, because it is like training a muscle. It gets stronger with small, consistent reps. So for you listening, here are some concrete practices drawn for the material.
Okay, step 1.
Pause and notice. Simple, but not easy. When you see someone struggle, feel that internal alarm bell go off, that urge to fix. Just pause. Breathe. Notice the physical sensation of urgency in your body. The goal isn't to eliminate the feeling, but to recognize it without immediate action. You can care without controlling.
Just creating a little space between the trigger and the reaction?
Exactly. Step 2 builds on that. Ask your life before offering. This is huge. Instead of assuming they want your solution, ask a direct question like, are you looking to be heard right now, or are you looking for help?
Ooh, that's a powerful question. It gives them back control instantly.
It honors their autonomy completely.
But what if they say help, and you sense that the help they want is actually you stepping in where they need to learn?
Great question. That leads directly into step 3. Check your intention. If they ask for help, or even if you just want to offer it, ask yourself quietly, Is this truly helping them? Or is it more about taking away their struggle, maybe taking away their power to figure it out themselves?
Am I solving it for them?
Right. If the help prevents them from learning the very lesson they need to learn, it might not be true help. Just becoming aware of your deeper motivation is an act of love. It shifts things internally.
Okay. Pause. Ask. Check intention. What's next?
Step 4 requires a bit of a leap of faith. Trust the path. Remind yourself that people learn best through their own experiences, not by being shielded from them. Allowing life to be the teacher shows profound trust in their capacity.
Even when their path looks bumpy.
Especially then. And finally, step 5 is about cultivating the inner state. Small acts of loving kindness. The suggestion is simple. Practice silently wishing someone well. Just for a moment, like the time it takes to snap your fingers, wish them peace, wish them strength, without any agenda to change them.
Just a pure, unattached intention.
Exactly. These small acts, practiced consistently, start to rewire our responses.
So pulling it all together, practicing this kind of allowing this quiet discipline, it creates safety. It makes love feel less like a performance and more like freedom.
Precisely. It turns that clinging attachment into genuine connection based on freedom and trust. It makes love sustainable, not draining.
And it sounds like the rest isn't just for the person being loved. It's for the person doing the loving too.
That's maybe the deepest takeaway from the sources. This gift of letting others be isn't just for them. It's profoundly for us, too. It's how we finally give ourselves permission to just be without constantly striving or fixing, how we stop performing love and actually learn to rest in it.
So if love ceases to perform when we find this stillness, here's a thought to leave you with. What's one performance, maybe just one small way you try to manage love that you could choose to stop today, just to see what happens, just to find love's true rhythm again?
Powerful question to sit with.
Thank you for joining us for this deep dive.